our first guest of all time.
Yeah, I wonder if she's going to say anything. Maybe
know.
she'll eat for us on the camera.
According to YouTube, she's pretty happy.
For all she's done is friggin', what is it, like burrow in that little area?
They say is a good sign. Anyway, episode 7, Two
Hey,
Trainers
guys.
Podcast. Scott Salling, Liz Nacarado. We have our first guest on the show.
Ruthie.
Yeah, her name is Ruth Bader Gimsberg. Sorry, as what we've kind of decided.
Thanks to Jen Connectals for naming it.
Shout out to JK.
Yes.
She's our new admin worker, so she's in the office, and this is the team mascot, the albino Pac-Man frog.
I think she's actually like gotten a little bit bigger this week. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she's got a nice
can't
little
really see
teardrop
her.
body. Ruth Bader Gimsberg.
I keep on
Right
thinking
there.
she's dead too. I keep on messaging Scott at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
before if he's not here, and I'm like,
Yeah, like, I think Ruth's dead. I'm like,
she's dead. Oh, she's moving now. She's active.
she's a frog. Like,
She's ribbiting.
they
You guys
told me
can't
this
see
is
it,
it.
but
They said they're gonna hang out, burrow.
she's actually gotten a lot bigger in this last week, so I'm kind of rather impressed about it.
I think she's just settling in.
Okay.
Yeah, just like anything else. New trainer, Pat Nacarado.
Yeah,
I don't know
welcome
if we
Pat
can-
to the team
I don't
at
know if we can publicly say this yet, but well.
oh, well, whatever. I don't think anyone's going to
It's
see.
all good, yeah.
It's okay. He comes from a gym, so he's
Yeah.
still in hiding kind
Patty
of.
Nax.
He's quit though, hasn't he?
I don't know. You're gonna maybe text him. He's your brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, brother of Liz Nacarado. So we got
Yes.
ourselves a new trainer,
Family.
new member of the family, Pat Nax. Welcome aboard, man. He started this week, so he's been doing great. I'm sure he's gonna do great things as well. So crazy week. Well, what's your first question that you always ask?
What shoes are you wearing today?
I'm rocking the whole. I'm just in the '90s. Like I feel like that's where my fashion lives. But if you ever seen Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, probably like 1994, Air Force Ones. This is what like Nelly was talking about back in the. Well, maybe not quite, but '94 Air Force Ones,
Yeah,
high
that song,
tops.
remember?
Will Smith's.
That one song, "Give me 2 pairs, I want 2 pairs."
Yeah, I think he was kind of talking more like the modern day Air Force
I
One,
think he
like
was talking about
those.
those ones.
It's the most #1 popular Nike of all time, I believe.
Okay.
Is the Air Force One the most purchased, the most sought after?
And they're back in style now too, aren't they?
They're always in style. The Nike Air Force never goes out of style, which I've never actually had personally. It's not my kind of fit.
All right.
Yeah. So, what are you rocking?
I am wearing.
those are those,
I'm wearing some Vapor
Cool.
Airs with the cool little bubbles on the bottom.
See,
so.
you know when you say for like my stuff, you're like questionable. Like
I know, but
those
you
are
know
the ones.
what?
Yeah, those are your sneakers that I question.
I have wanted
I'm
a
like-
pair of Vapor Airs forever,
Yep.
and I
Put your foot up again and show like
Sorry.
the structure and the engineering,
Okay,
so people
so
can
there's
see
like a bubble on the bottom?
bubble situation. Not a bubble. It's like
well, it's bubbles.
6 different bubbles, as it looks like, possibly 7 individual-ish kind of bubbles.
They're
right?
actually I googled that
Different
they're,
engineering, for
They're
sure.
actually a runner. I can tell you, I would never run in these.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're very comfortable to work
You know
in.
what it looks like? What is that shoe that I can see maybe why? Because what are the shoes that Sam has with those individual ridges in there?
Oh, the cute. What are they called? Like
I forget now. But I know
I
a few
don't
people
know.
that have them, and they're really light and comfortable. But
Yeah, I know
they're
what you're
like,
talking
it's
about.
like a Swedish, it's a European brand.
yeah, they're I don't know what they're called, but I can see
Sam
the
Green,
design.
what's the brand name of your sneakers?
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
Yes, they do.
From just a Nike more modern,
Yep.
giving it a stylish look perspective.
Yeah, they're
So-
a very expensive shoe, and I got them at
Oh,
a
yeah.
great deal. I got them at
So
under
expensive.
100, and they're usually a $300 shoe. So I basically ran out of the store when I found these.
Yeah, that's great.
And they're pink, so I can't go
good
wrong,
score.
right? So
Anything like that you want to like? I mean, I got a couple people I want to shout out. One is Jen Salling, who was in the province this week. So
Yes.
if you didn't get to kind of check that out, Jennifer's going to the Olympics. People keep asking a
her
lot.
last run.
Last kick at the cat. So people ask quite a bit, like, how's Jennifer doing? And Olympics are a go. So she's been training hard. I mean, obviously they were canceled last year, so it's been an adverse year, but that's what they're made for. So 2021 is greenlit. She's ready to roll. You can even pick up her jersey too. I'll post the link. So big shout out to her, man. She's doing great, locked in and ready to kick some A overseas there.
Scott and I are nominated for FitBench
Right.
Canada as
FitBench.
top 12 ambassador picks.
Yep,
So
FitBench.
Scott and I were live on their social media. Scott was last Saturday, I was Thursday.
Yep.
You can still go and plug us. You can
Yep.
still share the photo,
Share
comment
it,
on it, like
comment.
it. People are asking how
Yeah.
to vote, but that's all you
Check-
gotta do is share, like, comment. And just explain.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not a contest; it's to become an ambassador. I love some of you
check
guys.
check out their check out their product too, and let us know what you think from an engineering perspective, because it's pretty cool. Like,
So what is it, Scott? Why don't you explain what the
well,
FitBench is?
FitBench is like I would say like it's a multifunctional workout tool that you can use at home. So I think it's got dumbbells up to 30s. It has slots for your battle ropes. It goes from incline. It's on wheels as well, so it's pretty portable. So yeah, I mean, go check it out. I think it's a pretty cool thing. I mean, there's a lot of this stuff that kind of pops out. I mean, it seems like the pandemic has people are trying to sell anything and everything now, but this actually looks like it's pretty cool.
And the people that created it are actually local.
Yeah.
Well, he's from America, but it's a guy and a girl, and he's from America, moved here, and yeah, they're local, so they've created it.
Go Canada.
And so yeah, thanks for being local, and we're excited. So
Yeah.
I think we find out who the top 5 are sometime this week. So
Yeah.
guys, go ahead, like, comment, share.
We want a fit bench.
We want to be an ambassador, one of us. So
For sure.
awesome. All right, so we're gonna open this wine. What'd you
All right,
bring?
crack it. Alamos. Yeah, it was recommended. You know what I'll do? I'll get Ruthie out of the.
Yeah, we're gonna move Ruth out of the spotlight, guys, while I pour this
take her
wine.
back to her home.
He's gonna full out take her back to her home, and I'll pour the wine. So yes, we're gonna have a wine. I'm gonna support Poco because, as we've heard, we're a hotspot over here in Poco. So we aren't going anywhere. We are staying in this little gym, and we are not going shopping. We are not going anywhere. So my cups actually says the Real Housewives of Port Coquitlam, and I bought myself and my best friend
Are you
one.
plugging your glass? Or
I
whatever?
am plugging my glass.
So this vino, Alamos Cab Sav. Have you had this before?
I have. Alamos is a great wine.
Interesting.
It's
Well, it was recommended by the person, so.
There you go. It's one of great.
You know what I asked for? I wanted to Friend. I was wondering if there was
okay.
anything from that
Yes.
Friend Wineries in Okanagan. So Okanagan has like a kind of a newish winery, I guess, that's owned by the Plenty of Fish guy. The guy,
Yes.
the CEO of Plenty of Fish, and it was the property was my cousin's grandmother's for years. So they sold it. Now they're building this winery on it, and it was crazy to take a little bit of a walkthrough, I guess, because we left
Well, I think
last
the
year.
craziest story is when we went with
Brought
Anna
back a lot
last
of
year.
memories of
The
being a
craziest
kid.
thing was like Scott actually like lived and like went to this house and like ate dinner, and it was actually a real house, and then they tore it down. So I didn't get that. So when we finally went, they're like, yeah, my bedroom was over there. Like his cousin was showing us. I'm like, oh, hang on, you've like lived
Yeah.
in here, right? So
That was yeah, man. There's a lot of
I
memories.
didn't
on
know.
that
I thought it was
Okanagan
just
Lake.
like they had it, but it's honestly
Yeah.
it's beautiful. If you ever get to Kelowna, if we get to travel again,
we were very fortunate to have to know them and
Yeah.
still do know them. So shout out to the Bennett family.
Cheers.
Up in
It's
Okanagan.
not Friend, but
Nana, it was great to see Nana. You know, even pandemic, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking good. She's looking fresh, fit as a fiddle. Swims Okanagan Lake. Did there and back daily. So Anna, she's one or.
Nana.
Anna met her.
Anna
met
did meet
Nana.
her.
Yeah,
Anna met Nana.
Anna met Nana. She knows. Shout out to Audrey Bennett.
Sorry. Shout out to Anna.
It's been a long week.
It's been a very long week. This
No,
wine.
it went by fast. It's just it's been chaotic, or not chaotic, but it's busy.
It's a good chaotic. It's good. We're busy, so we're very appreciative of our clients. Again, we talked about it
Need
last
those
time.
COVID
But,
cases to dip a little bit, man. That's just been like, man.
well, it doesn't help that Poco is a hotspot, which is why I said we're gonna just
Well,
sit here and
yeah,
drink.
fair enough. I mean,
in
they
our
put us
gym by
they
ourselves.
put us on the priority sequence for
Yep.
vaccines and
Yep.
whatnot.
So if you're not vaccinated, anyone, if anyone doesn't know, anyone above 18 in Poco can now get vaccinated. So it
Yep.
doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you're above 18, go on and get vaccinated.
yeah,
If that's for you,
I'm not
I'm
going to
not.
bring up that anti-masking post. When I posted that thing on Facebook, they got a fair amount of attention.
Let's not bring that up.
No.
We're not going to talk about COVID. That's all we're
So
going to say.
you can check
Poco,
that
you can
out.
get vaccinated.
Yeah. You can check
All right.
that post out if you want. It was it was what it was. I'm just passionate about working together. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all
So
just all
Poco,
I know.
let's do our part.
Let's work together, man. Be nice. And like I said, this is the same Dr. Bonnie stuff, but work together.
All right,
Work
let's
together.
start it off. Go ahead.
Okay, so contrary to my gear, which is basically looks like I'm trapped in '96. Shout out to Michael Jordan's All-Star jersey, final year with the Wizards. Anyway, and Blue Jays, they're killing it. Shout out to
You say that every year.
Well, they're doing really well. Like
And then we get
they're
to-
doing awesome, man. Vladdy and New York Yankees
should
fans
record-
are
I'm
calling
gonna
Vladdy
record this.
most overrated, one of the most overrated players in the league. Look at him now.
Is he the big
anyway,
kid?
Yeah, he's the big
Oh,
guy,
okay.
killing it. Anyway.
Is he skinny now again?
No, he's just killing it.
Well,
he's
yeah,
just
he has
like,
a swing of a friggin' like.
You know what? This goes into my okay.
God.
One quick question on body image. So, as
Poor
Vladdy was
Vlad.
known for a larger player, and like his skill set is unbelievable. His hands, and they commented so much on his body, and I'm like, I get it, but like, let the guy just. He's a kid. He's 20 years old. Like, let him just like figure it out. He's eating fast food, playing baseball, making millions. Like, he's gonna you gotta
He's a
give him
good
a
player,
chance.
though.
But everybody, think how much the whole country talks about his body.
because it's the craziest
The
thing.
whole
You guys
country
don't know who
talks
this
about
guy
in the
is. It's
sports
like,
community talks about his body, his size, and he's got to block that out and perform, and he's killing it. And I love it.
it is crazy to watch him play because I've watched
All
him
they did was
play.
talk about how like fat he was and how like overweight he is and blah
I
blah
wouldn't
and
call him fat. He's
deconditioned.
just
Whatever.
baseball player. When I think of baseball players, like
was
I think of
sensitive
like
about it.
when I think of baseball players, I think of like these slender guys, and yeah, they're not
Wrong
they're-
image.
They're not really. They're not super jacked, but
It's
they're
not the
like
most active sport, okay? I get
exactly
it.
right. But this guy is like you notice him on the field, like he is a little bit bigger
Yeah,
than
he's
everyone
big.
else. He's going to be the biggest
He's
baseball
big,
player I've ever seen.
But his hands are amazing,
And his
it's
swing.
like that weight helps with what he
It's
does.
got to be like every time he gets to the bat, you know he's swinging out of the park.
Well, just the guy's he's just phenomenal. His skill set is ridiculous. His hands are phenomenal.
Anyways.
He's just if you watch him play the game, it's like he's a natural to the nth degree. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, weight. Who cares about his weight? He's killing it. Anyway.
All right, sorry about
Anyway,
Fatty.
fit, form, function, and fashion. The 4 Fs. Where I heard this from was Light Culture Podcast, which is Burbs Podcast. If you guys don't know,
Okay.
Burbs, a local cannabis company. They got a few franchises. I'm sure some of you guys know by now. And I guess the head designer for Yeezys, so Kanye's brand.
Yeah.
I guess he's worked like in the fashion industry for decades, and his thing is fit, form, function, and fashion. That's how the principles that he goes by. So my question to you is, what is in fitness and in regular fashion? Like there's always a trend going on, and you're always in it, and I have obviously no clue because I'm wearing stuff from 1996. So I figured you could enlighten us on, give us some like what's in, what's out.
I like
because I know you got the skinny.
I like the trend going on right now because it's basic. It's basic, and
What
you can,
trend?
The trend of fashion right now. It's very basic, so it's very much like this right now. Like this is from Aritzia, and it comes in like black, white, gray, heather gray, and that's what everyone's wearing, right? They're wearing simple colors and
Simple colors.
simple
eh?
colors or neutral
See
colors,
how
I
I'm
guess
so
you could
out
say.
of touch?
No, because bright colors are also in, but neutral colors are more in, and then people are pairing it, I see, with like crazy shoes. Hence my shoes, right? So their pieces and statements are now shoes and accessories and headbands, which I freaking love. Like, I love it. So
You know what I heard was out?
What?
Denim jeans. I heard jeans are
that's
just
because
like
that
not happening.
denim look is like the mom jean. I'm sorry, I worked
funny,
way
like,
too hard for this butt to
I
wear
love-
those mom jeans.
I love-
I ain't putting them on this year.
I loved it. I figured I'd be like, it's some. I got lucky there with this new
Well,
because the kids are like
okay.
Jordan came back, like the '90s gear came a rocking, and that's I pretty
Still,
much
90s is very much here.
pretty much haven't left the '90s. I've left it, but you know what I mean. Like my wardrobe.
The thing is sweatpants are very much in, and I'm looking at all these like kids. I'm at Starbucks, and I'm looking at these kids, and I'm like, I hate the sweatpant look. But you know what I thought?
sweatpants have always been in.
No,
When has sweatpants ever been out? I like everybody loves sweatpants.
no.
we've always had
no.
sweats.
People are wearing them out. Like
Yeah.
they're going to restaurants
Oh
with
man,
them.
well, sweatpants
But
in sports
then-
is big. Like,
but
you
then
get
I
your
thought,
sweats.
like, hang on, our generation is the original sweatpant wearer because we used to
No.
wear them for sports.
Not
Yes.
original, man.
And by sports, I mean
Dude,
cheer.
the '80s had like like the '80s parachute
matter.
pants. There's been sweatpants for
Anyways,
years.
I hate the sweatpant look, but
Fair
it's like
enough.
sweatsuit. So yeah, that's really in right now too.
I know '80s is gonna come back hard at some point. Like
I think it
know,
already did.
Did it?
I think we got the fluorescent because Kim Kashmir was all about like the fluorescent lime green. And I was like, is that in yet?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's
don't-
left. I
I've
think we're
obviously
very
missed
much
it.
in
I'm
the
not
80s.
in it, right? I don't
yeah,
know.
I think we're very much in the 90s right now.
Yeah.
80s is left and 90s.
But that's why you can't ask me about fit and the 4 Fs. That's why I have to consult all you guys because, like, for me, like, okay, so if you give me Coach or Jordan, I'm picking Jordan.
Well,
And
I would
that's a
pick
set-
Jordan before Coach too.
No, you wouldn't. You
Coach
pick
isn't even in.
You tell me, what are you gonna take
Coach
Jordan?
isn't in. No, Coach is
Okay,
not
okay,
in.
bad example, but like if you give me like,
Say like Michael Kors or something like that. Not Michael Kors. Michael Kors isn't even nothing.
okay,
nothing
Michael Kors or something Kobe, I'm taking Kobe. Like if
Oh,
you give me
yeah, of
like,
course.
if you go with like Chanel or what's like another like there's Coach, Chanel, then there's like Louis Vuitton. Like you
Oh,
tell
yeah,
me,
okay. There you go.
I'm rocking Jordan over Louis Vuitton, and I don't know how many people would say that.
God, I hope lots of people
Like,
in my circle
Jordan
be
bag or
doing
Louis
Jordan
Vuitton
versus
bag? Like,
Louis Vuitton.
Jordan. It's like,
I do want a Tom bag.
like
though.
Jordan shoes or Louis Vuitton shoes, like Jordan.
What about those Tom bags? I do want one of those Tom bags.
The basketball bags?
I want one of those.
Those
so
are-
bad.
I want one of those bags.
I want
You
one.
should, like,
you
I
can
want
hold
one.
it. I'll get the person. You can hold it.
I know. I should just get it.
It's
I should
so
just get
cool.
it and just like have
You're
it.
ordering one after as soon as we finish this podcast.
Might as
They're only
well.
$400. They're from the UK.
What do you mean only $400 for like a basketball
do you know how
purse
much?
that holds nothing?
Do you know how much it holds your cell phone and your lipstick that we don't wear?
Yeah,
your masks,
exactly. It holds nothing.
your wallet. Your
It's pretty
boyfriend's
much like an
keys?
oversized wallet. Like that's all it is.
No, it's very much a fashion statement.
Of course, it's a fashion
It's
statement. It's a
very cute.
hollowed out basketball
See,
that looks
that is
sweet.
so cool. Yeah, I like it.
I love it. It's awesome.
Okay, so I have a question.
Basketball's a good looking thing.
We're gonna go out.
The
do you have any-
pelota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions about fashion or fit?
Yeah, give me like what's like fitness wise, like what's like a new cut. I mean, I've just noticed there's a ton of fitness brands out there now. And like what's like, I know you like Lulu, but what's the not so much
yeah.
the brand, but what's the fit that's like in right
Everyone
now?
is wearing pieces that match. So color
Right.
one piece pieces. So like all
Right.
beige, all blue, all pink, or your pinks are two tones. Like everything is matching, and it's kind of cool because that means fitness is in. And of course, with the pandemic, everyone had to get fit.
You know what I
and
like
stay
about
along.
it? It's like a team look too. So like on like if you get like the blue and it's like boom, like it has a
Yes.
real like I don't know. I think it's got a good
Yeah.
professional look.
But I love when things match.
I like it.
So I love the fact that these sets are in that are all matching, and
Mm-hmm.
I love that Lulu wasn't really on board with it for so long. Like they
Why
did.
is that?
It just wasn't like it wasn't something they were doing, and now they're doing it, so it's much better.
Matching sets, I like
Yeah,
it.
I like it. Matching
Very
sets are
sports.
very in. Yeah.
Sports.
And white
Right.
shoes, but white shoes have always been in.
Yep.
Yeah, white shoes have always
absolutely.
been in.
Yeah, white sneaks. Yeah, I know. I do want to buy those Lulu pants that are that color that I find. The
Yeah.
only thing I feel like would work with is white.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But
Yeah.
yeah, and I've been thinking about those pants. Really like them. Damn it, Lulu, you won me over with your pants and that book. I
Yeah,
swear
that
it's
book was good. Yeah.
because of that
You
book.
read the book and you just have such much appreciation for the book.
Classic Scotty. Every time I read more about a certain situation, that's how I become a fan. That's why Jordan, any of these guys.
So I have a question. So a big topic of conversation right now, obviously, it's funny because it rains. It is raining today, and it's been super sunny. So people have been so super motivated and everything. You can actually hear the rain coming down. How do you, or what are some
very
tips?
calming. I like it.
I love it. I love this. Everyone's off the beaches, anyways. How do you, or what do you tell your clients? What are some things, because I know that you're always motivated, unfortunately, and always working out, but what do you tell your clients? What are 3 pieces of advice that you would tell your clients when they are not motivated to work out?
Damn it,
not-
that's literally one of my questions.
well, I'm sorry that we're
That's
in sync.
unbelievable.
I'm sorry. Anyways, what is one thing? You can regurgitate the question back to me afterwards. But what is something you tell your clients?
Today, Junior?
Today, Junior. What is something you tell your clients to to keep that motivation and all that kind of stuff? Because like it's hard, and now with the rain coming for 2 weeks.
Keep motivation?
Like, what is something you like? I know I can't say like what is something you do to keep yourself motivated because you just work out. But like, what would you tell
Alright.
clients that's like, I'm not motivated, I don't want to work out, I come here, but like, what is something you would tell them?
Not feeling up for it is normal. So don't feel like you're this rare person who, if you're not gonna love working out all the time. I literally just, if I tell someone who's like super gassed, like, or not even gassed, just losing whatever, I don't feel like working out every single day like that. I try to level on that, not try to be this like superhuman. Like, I try to connect with them on a real level of, I don't feel like training every single day.
Okay.
It's the God's honest truth. I try to kind of just not really act, like I said, just above that moment being like, this is where you step it up. I kind of show a little bit more, I guess I would say, if you want to call it empathy.
Okay.
Like, walk down that path with you. I totally feel you. So like, let's go through this together kind of thing. So I think my prime thing is I always try to make my clients feel that we're together.
Okay.
Like, it's not like it's you and me going up the mountain, and we're going to work together on it. So I think like just they always feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
In a good way. So, but things that happen that you see people starting off hot and they're really excited, and then it's like that peaks and valleys of like feeling, oh man, like I'm super ready, and then just expect the crash. Like, so all trainers, when you're working with people, man, like they might be super jacked up, super excited to start. There's always going to be a downfall, and you just got to go with them. Don't think that it's all over, but just be like, hey, it is normal to feel like you don't want to do it. Hell, it's even normal to hate working out, right? Like, at the end of the day, like, it's just people who hate training, and I don't blame you because training's hard. Muhammad Ali hated training.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so it's not, there are people who like it, but it's more the like what you get from it. And you get better at it, which makes you like it more too. I was talking with
True.
I
That's a
was
good
talking
point.
with someone who's like, I think there are people who actually like working out, which we are them.
Yes.
But the more you do it, the better you get at it. It's like, so I use it as like playing guitar. It's like, it sucks at first because it hurts and it's a little awkward, but then once you kind of like learn a song, you're like, oh, okay. And then you learn a couple more, and then you just get more addicted to getting better at that certain thing. So the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more you enjoy it. Obviously,
interesting.
I personally, that's
Yeah.
what I believe.
Okay.
All right. Anything more on motivation or?
Do you want me to throw the question back to me if you have that same question?
Yeah, sure. So like my thing was, how I worded it was essentially just, what do you do to keep your clients' spirits up? Like, motivation is a funny little thing. I try to like hold back from like being like
Yeah.
motivational, but it's like, what do you do to kind of keep their spirits up so they can do more? Because that's really the whole point. Like, there's art of push and pull. Sometimes people need to be like, let's go, and some people need to like, all right, like, you know, oh, let's get one in today, and let's just do your best. And like, we're not looking to break the record. We're just looking to, you know.
I would
Get
say
it
that
in.
I definitely
Celebrate all activity. That's another cool thing too.
I would definitely say that I would read their energy. So depends how they come at me. If they
Right.
come at me and they're just like, oh,
Yeah,
Liz,
that's an
I'm so
interesting
hard
one.
today. I'm like, yeah, like it's gonna have days like that. If they come at me, they're like, you know what, Liz? Like I don't know where the motivation is. I don't know where my motivation has gone. I'm losing it. Like I need some help. What can I do? So to me, someone that comes in like, I'm really tired today. Like I'm gonna sympathize with you.
Yeah.
Where someone's like, Liz, I need to get back on track. I'm like, okay, give me 3 things right now that you can do starting tomorrow that's gonna get that motivation back. So again, I read that client's energy and then I move with them. I become the chameleon, and I actually match that person's energy and vibe towards what they actually need, right? So again, that same person could come in and be like, and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna be, like a little bit like mother hen. Or the next day they could come in and be like, what do I need to get motivation? And I'm like,
Right.
okay, like now I'm gonna be that, that hard, strict parent. And I think that's something that I work with when I find that client.
Yeah, it's funny because you gotta. It's so true with like anything. You gotta like match your. You gotta like modify your approach
Yep.
to the situation. Like, it's not like coming hard every single time. If you come hard every single time, you're just gonna beat people down.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
like, but then
Yep.
there's times when like they need just like that. Those encouragement. Like, how good does encouragement feel?
So good.
You know, even when like when you just like, man, like that's a great set. Like just something that just gives that extra boost, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, playing sports, like, do you want to hear all the time that like could go faster, could do better, not your greatest, seen better? It's just like you want to be like, yo, like good, like nice route, that was good. Maybe just a quick little like thing here, cool. Yo, great catch, like something complimentary. Just like, okay, it keeps you interested
Yep.
and wanting to do more. It's just,
Yeah.
like I said, I feel sometimes just with coaching and you see like poor coaching or poor to average coaching is kind of like so critical because you don't want to like maybe lose face of leadership. You know what I mean? So you want to be like hard on people. Like I've heard some awful speeches and you're just like, okay, like not a great way to motivate the troops, but whatever. Like anyway, I'm not going to get into it, but anything like that you can give an example of, let's say with a client, like Monday morning, do you find like there's a time when like people have a harder time?
No, I
coming
find
in?
Saturday mornings. It's why I don't train people on
Saturday,
Saturdays.
eh?
It's why
Interesting.
honest to God, I don't train Saturdays because people like to
Saturday.
enjoy themselves on Friday, which is totally fine. I recommend it, moderation and all that kind of stuff. But the reason I stopped training Saturdays is because this, like some of my clients would come in and be like, and I'm like, okay, this is my
I
Saturday.
don't though. I get
Saturday.
I get
I'm
the
not
great
joking.
side of all your.
I don't train
right,
Saturdays.
so-
I don't train Saturdays. I don't train Saturdays for
Yeah.
that reason, right? I used to pack my Saturdays. I used to do, remember, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had a 6 a.m. Kim Logan, not that she would
Yep.
do that, but 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I would go straight on Saturdays. I'm like, this is stupid. Like, I want people to enjoy their Friday nights. Why am I going to push this? I'd rather pack. That's why I
Fair
pack my
enough.
Fridays.
Be efficient with the time.
My
right?
Fridays are awesome. Like that's why I pack my Fridays from usually 6 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah.
I pack them because people are great, and even everyone says like the people that come Saturdays, I take a couple people here and there. They're like, this is a great way to start my Saturday. I'm like,
Yeah.
those are the kind of people that can work on Saturdays, right?
cool.
And I don't want to discourage anyone. I don't want to like be like, okay, well, no, yes, my Saturdays.
Well, you just it's.
But I want
you
people to come in
bring
and
it, yeah.
work hard when they're here, and I don't want you to come in and be, say, hungover or a little tired, rushing off to see
Yeah.
your kids afterwards, right? Because Saturday's a
not
big
easy.
day for dance and sports. So
Yeah.
I don't want parents to be like, I gotta rush. I want you to enjoy your training session with me. Like you're paying the good money. What can I give you out of your session? So that's why I don't do Saturdays anymore. Saturday's the worst day for me. I take people Saturdays, a few people, but I'm saying like for the most part in the past.
From your clientele perspective.
From
yeah.
the past, yeah, not anyone like right now.
Yeah, you know what I wrote down this week actually was it felt good to do. It was like I think it was Wednesday. I wrote down how like grateful I am to meet all your clients.
Yeah, they're fucking kick ass.
Present and past,
All of
and
them.
like I've like I don't know, like they're all just like even ones like who like were here from yesteryear
Yeah.
and like say pre-pandemic, like they're all, I don't know, I got such a love for your people, man. They work hard, they do well, they really do enjoy them. So
Yeah.
I don't know, cheers to all the knacks of past and present, the ones that I've been able to get to know. So
They all
yeah, I got like how good is a Patricia addition to my life?
Patricia's
She's
awesome.
like my soul person,
She
man.
like waits for this. Her and my mom are exactly the same. They're like
Yeah.
they wait for my podcast and they're like, is it
Literally,
out yet?
she's like my soul person, man. She's awesome, man. She brings us Sweet Georgia
Oh
Browns
God, stop bringing those.
from Purdy's.
I hide
Love it,
mine
man.
so Scott doesn't eat them. I put in my
Sammy
bag.
G, I get to go off like Celeste, the Monas, man. Even like Steph Mercer's, who's like a newer like addition,
Yeah.
right? It's cool to kind
Well,
of.
she's not really that new. Don't call her new.
Well, like
to
new
you
for
she
me.
is. Yeah.
To me, she's new,
one of
right?
the originals, the
Yeah,
OGs.
so I'm only going for my my experience of it, right? So, the Kim Logans of the
Yep.
like the Reens, the Lins, right?
Yep.
It's cool to see that your consistent crew, and then the people that have come through the pandemic
Yep.
and
Yeah.
post. So yeah,
I love my
it's
consistent people.
yeah, just your people are just solid. Breeze, moms,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's good. Yeah, solid crew. I'm going to go with, so criticism and feedback, I mean, it's part of professional development. It's part of life. It doesn't ever feel great. Kind of thing is like, what type of feedback have you received from people that, there's like feedback that you get through people that you're like, whatever, but say from people that you care about, it hits a little bit different. So what kind of feedback have you received, and criticism, we'll say, and from say like loved ones and people who care about you, and how does that feel coming from someone who's really in your circle? Like, because it hits a little bit different sometimes when it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I only really get feedback now
Yeah.
from people that are in my circle. So my mom gives me a lot of feedback, and I do the
Right.
eye roll, and then I kind of go back on what she says. Like, she always says, you know, she when she first started watching, she's like, you interrupt him a lot. And I was like, I do? No, I don't. And then I like go back, I'm like, oh my God, I can't unhear that I interrupt you every 2 minutes. So, you know, I kind of take that feedback.
I don't really notice it, actually. Like, I don't mind it.
I think I was more worried about the time, so I was trying to do the
Well, you know I can get talkative, so you cut me off because you
I
don't
know.
want to hear me talk.
It's not that I don't want to hear you talk.
No, but you don't want me to like ramble.
Ramble.
Yeah.
I know Amber Ashley said it. She's like, I like when you cut him off because you know the exact time to cut him off before he starts rambling, because she's your client, right? So she knows.
Was. Sorry.
She was, yeah. So sorry, you know, but I'm just saying, like, in that sense, like, I do like that kind of feedback. I mean, I have had some feedback from past clients that have really helped, but I'm always, unfortunately, that person. I have to get better at it. I'm always like, I don't do that. And then I'm like, oh, I totally do that. And then I think about like, and then I make the switch, and I'm like, oh, that is so much better. You know?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really notice it, but
Well, you've given me a lot of feedback, and I'm like,
I don't have, like, in life, like, I don't really have to talk. Like, it's, you know, so I don't really, you know, I do probably just to like entertain or
well,
something
the
like
one
that, but
thing I could say is Scott in January, I'll never forget, it was like January like 16th, and he's like,
I know nobody listens.
he's
I'm
like,
very
your
aware.
social media sucks. And I was like,
I didn't say it
excuse
sucks.
me? He's like,
I
it
said
needs
NI.
works. What?
NI.
What is that?
Needs improvement.
Okay, he's like, I'm
Yeah.
like, am I a student? And I was angry.
So this is pet peeve, defensive of when people don't regurgitate
Oh, yeah,
the
this
way,
is like-
right? This
yeah,
is why I
sorry.
don't like doing media stuff or any type of
Sorry.
newspaper stuff, because you can be misquoted. Misquoted there. I didn't say that it sucked.
He said something along the
I
lines
said
like, it needs
NI
improvement.
needs
Sorry,
improvement.
whatever.
I was truthful and upfront.
But that's what I said. I attacked, and I was angry, and
you were
I
angry,
was
yeah.
fucking pissed. And I
You
was
were
like, this
angry.
is ridiculous. But I did look back at my social media. I'm like, oh, it does suck. I'm like almost 10 years.
was
in this.
terrible.
It was
Sorry.
awful. I was like, what am I posting? So I actually went through that night at home, and I like started deleting everything that I didn't like. And then I was like, okay, from this day on, it's one post a day. I'm like, you know, it's not that hard. It's part of my job. I can upload it like right at 7. Like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I did improve my client.
We all go through though, which I told
Not
you. I'm
gonna
like,
lie.
mine was crappy for like it's not the greatest. Sometimes it gets monotonous, but like, you know, we talked about, let's say with marketing and our trainers and just training in general. Like, you have to market. Social media is marketing, and you have to know.
Yes.
You can just get caught in trivially just
Yes.
posting every single day, monotonously posting anything, or
Yes.
you can post with a purpose, and that's how we get busier
Yes.
with clientele. Is, you know, a lot. We've kind of gotten a lot. I don't want to say we've mastered it, but it's posting with a purpose. And like, if you're a trainer, you got to look to solve a problem, or you got to show like your grind as a trainer and what you're doing. So those are key things to getting busy. You got to convey that through your social media page. So too many times I think that people take selfies, and they're a fitness trainer who like
Hate the selfies.
show your skill set, right? It's like somebody who is, if you're trying to sell yourself online in some way, you got to show the product, show the people what you do, and then, you know, just keep on it. You can't just post once and then let it go. But yeah, that's all it was like with your
Yeah,
media. It
but
wasn't
I'm not gonna lie,
It
like-
wasn't terrible. You and I we didn't know, it was tough. It was pandemic. We didn't know what to do. We didn't
Yeah,
know-
so anyways, because we used to, the thing that used to like get a lot of us is like, we used to show this warehouse and people would love it and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, well, like, you know.
Would you like another splash?
Sure. You know, I had to like redirect what I was doing and why I was doing it, and my purpose behind having the social
Yeah, man.
media was to show exercises. So
It's
once
been
I
hard.
figured that out, it did get a lot better. And people like your clients and my clients are like, I love that every day you post at 7 a.m. and it's an exercise that like
Yeah.
I want to try. And so I looked
Yeah.
at my saved, and it's like I went from like 0 saved to like there's 10 to 12 saves per day on a post.
It's awesome.
And I'm like, that's cool. So anyways, but I'm gonna lead into my next question with social media on that one.
Yeah, sure.
So it's my criticism. I always attack, and I'm trying to get better.
Hmm.
Always attack, and then I look back and I'm like, holy that crap, that person
Yeah,
actually.
I guess you are like an attacker. Yeah.
I attack. I will. It's one of my faults. I will say.
But I think that's why we work super well, is because like, for whatever reason, like I'm not great at like, I try to do my best with soft delivery, but to me it's like,
do not give soft delivery.
No, I don't, because I don't. I just have to. I know it's gonna sting.
Love to see you as a
but,
parent.
like,
Just gonna be like, whoa, you just made little Johnny cry
it's
his
gonna
eyes out,
sting,
telling me he
but
sucks.
you know why I do it is because I'm there for you.
Yes,
So like
I know.
that's why for me I give it whatever, because whatever I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be there for you.
Yeah.
So I'm not just gonna give it to you like it's not gonna sting and then me just bolt.
Okay.
So I think that's why I give it so like
Yeah.
in that way. So that, just, hey, I'm here and we're gonna work through it, and that's that. So, and we do, like, it's like that's the great thing.
No, everything you've told me
right?
is
Because sugarcoating it with you doesn't work.
No.
Like,
I've
it
been
just doesn't.
sugarcoating my
Like,
whole fucking life.
It's got to be to the point, and it's
Yeah.
got to be up front, and it's got to like make you like think.
Yeah.
Because if you don't think, then you're just gonna keep on. Personally, from what I've observed with
Yeah.
you, like if you don't take a second to kind of like reflect, and that's all it is. It's just it's a bit of a jolt to like get you reflecting, and then
Yeah.
you always kick ass afterwards and like improve upon that stuff. So, and that just goes into you being the competitor and that personality type that you are. So
Yeah.
you're easy to work with in that regard.
I do. I take
Right.
feedback very. I might
Jen
attack,
Sallen,
but
same thing.
I do it right away.
Yeah.
So my question is as we're going on social media and being all that kind of stuff, and it's great because when I get new clients,
Shout out to the gifts.
the gifts. Oh my god. Anyways, okay, so like on social media, clients come in and they say, "Oh, you're just like social media," or they'll say like, "Oh, the warehouse looks just like social media." It's like, and I always get caught up in the fact that like, oh yeah, there are people on social media who aren't who they say they are. So how, as a trainer or any sort of business leader, how important is it to be authentic over social media? Versus like and in person, because like if you meet that person outside, which right now obviously the pandemic is kind of hard, but if you see that person out and they're not who they say they are, like they're taking selfies and they're like angling and you see them and like, whoa, like
That's life of the game though, right? So
But
like
how-
everybody does the angle thing, and there is a strategy with social media. Like,
But I'm asking, hang on a second, I'm asking why it is important to be authentic in both aspects when you're trying to build a business. Why do you think that? Take your time. I know it's a question. I didn't really ask you questions before, but why is it important? Like, why do you think it's important
Authenticity?
to move forward and be successful in business, to be authentic on social media and in person? Because I would say you are, and I would say I am. So,
I mean, like then you're just selling.
what are you selling? Nothing.
You're selling a product. You're selling something. You're selling something that isn't you. I think, to be honest, I think the reason why authenticity is so important is because it's good for your soul. And as weird as that is to say, like if you just keep faking it and try to be this chameleon, and you just I love comedians, but like even looking at their life sometimes, like you have a person on stage trying to make X amount, and this is if you get to that level of being a comic. You to me, like I went and watched Kevin Hart one time live, and like I stood there and there was like, I think there was like 18,000 people, and like he was in the middle, and it was like his job was to make all these people laugh all the time. And like it's just such an interesting life to see, like your job is to just constantly please, and you're always thinking about, are they gonna. So I know he'd said that writing jokes is like what he finds funny, and like that's kind of, it's like any writer, right? You find what you find entertaining, but like authenticity, I just think it's so good for your soul to be the real you and not try to constantly try to fit yourself into what the market wants or what people want or anything of that nature. That's how you create a niche, right? And that's how you create a tribe. It's like the authentic you is the key to the business that you want to build.
Sorry, excuse me.
Hey-o. Right? So
But do you
authenticity is it's key.
Do you think that you'll be successful for long term if you're not authentic over social media or on, say, like your newsletters or anything like that? Like, do you think that long term it's sustainable to be an authentic? Because I see so much of it online, and I'm just like, where will you be in 2 years? Where will you be in 6 months? Like, you're not authentic. Like, you're not doing what you preach.
I personally don't really like watch
I know
a
you
lot
don't
of that.
watch,
Yeah,
yeah.
anything. Like
Okay,
anything of that.
so
But
this
hang on,
is
but
more-
I'll give you like what I will say, like if you're asking like, I know what you're getting at.
Yes. So directed towards clients, like.
It goes back into like what your intent of getting into business is. If you're like, I'm not an authentic person, I want to sell, you're gonna have a hard time. Like, it is what it is. Like to be successful, you have to do a lot more than just being authentic.
Yeah.
Or authentic. You
Yeah.
can be authentic and you'll fail, but like it's definitely a precursor to failure if you're not your real self, and if you're people. Put it this way, people can sense that.
Yes. True.
Right?
Yep.
People can sense
Yep.
when somebody, like we have clients, like they're smart people. They can tell when you're trying to fake it, and they can tell
You have a gift.
You can get like
Not a GIF. You have a gift.
Well,
when
like-
it comes to that, because you spot more fake people than I do, and you're like Liz, and I'm like,
well,
oh, hang on, what?
It's just little time spent in different areas, right?
Yeah.
That's all. But like our clients can spot if we weren't real in who we are. So I think that's when you come in. Like we're not trying to sell you like we don't have any
Definitely
products to
not
sell.
trying to sell anything.
We have nothing in here. Like
Yeah.
I'm not. We got no supplements, no nothing. We're not looking to upsell you. We're just looking to help your
Yeah.
life. So I think when you come from being authentic, is we really want to help you,
Yeah.
right? And people sense that.
And
They're
then,
not
sorry, I'll lead
stupid.
into the next question. Sorry, all my questions, you're actually like answering my questions as we go. But my other
Yeah.
question would be is if you're a business person looking just to sell, how will that negatively affect you overall? Like, do you think that person's ever going to be successful
Well,
if
I
the
mean-
only thing they want to do is sell, sell, sell and be kind of like,
Well, your reputation will be that of somebody who, do you want to give people the best experience and the best product, or do you just want to get their money?
Yeah.
Right? And who likes to be hustled?
no one?
Right? So I think that's the root of it. You felt it. I felt it when people, you just look to someone's trying to make commission. Totally fine. People
Yeah.
got to pay their bills.
Yep.
But it's like, there's other, like talking about Takori and like, you know, back in the day, like everybody, we're all in sales.
Yep.
And your brother had said this about a certain place, and he goes, we're not a fitness place. We're in sales. We're all, so to me, it's like when you say like, this is not sales is our primary focus, that means like you're just about numbers and you're just about money.
Yeah.
But like, we're all in sales.
Yeah.
We just are in customer service where we want to provide a great experience. And that's still sales. So like, if you provide a better experience, then you're likely your sales are going to increase. So I find it really, really funny how people just want to focus on sales and not the experience of, and they talk about the emotion of selling. And to me, sometimes it's like, if you just focus on sales, you might as well just read a book on manipulation.
Yep.
Honestly.
Or just,
if your direct goal is just to sell, read a book on what manipulates human beings, and there you go.
yeah. And that's where you become unauthentic, right?
Yeah.
So everything leads into the same thing, right? So that's why I love what I do, because I feel like I don't even sell. Like, I feel like what I really do is I help people and provide them with a space to train efficiently and safely and to the best of their ability. And it's like, you know, people ask me about sales, I'm just like, well, I don't even think about selling them.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you want to come? Great. I'm going to help you. You don't want to come? Bye. Okay. I'm still here when you're ready to come, right? Like, I tell people, I'm like, you know, when I tell them and then their question is always like, well, how much is it? I'm always like, well, here's the price. Here's what you get. I don't even want to know your answer right away. Like, I don't even want to know yes or no. Like, cool, if you need a couple minutes, a couple times, like, take it to your husband, take it to your you know, whatever you need to do, because I'm not here to sell.
Decide
like,
on your time,
I don't care. Like, I'm more here to help you, so take your time.
You care, you just don't like, you're
Sorry,
not looking
I do
to,
care.
yeah.
I'm not looking to
you
sell
care. It's just
you,
you're more
right?
interested in
Yes,
helping the person.
That's
So,
why I don't have a price too, right?
like, so for like, from a business perspective, we're in the personal training business, but we really, for me, like what I feel like I'm selling is 100% convenience. Like, you're coming in and you're selling, I'm trying to make your health and fitness life like far more convenient. I'm trying to like hone you in, trying to give you direction. So that's where like we're selling that, opposed to like, you know, just sets of personal training sessions and our time.
Yeah.
Right? It's more than that. We're trying to help you get better in all aspects and be a positive asset to your life. That's what we're really selling. Right? So, and if people see value in that, then they're here, which is, you see that, right? But anybody, like I said, anyone can set up a gym. Anybody can do all the tangible stuff of a fitness business.
Yeah.
Bench is a bench, and dumbbells, I said this a million times, but it's the people keep coming back for the people. Yeah. And that's the key. And the trainers, I believe this, are the lifeblood of the industry, because that's where you see a lot of the biggest connections and all those trainers out there hustling and getting great stories. And that's why it's cool with the Fit Bench crew. You get to see their following and how many people really support them. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
cool.
Like, best trainer ever, best trainer ever. And that's why, this is why I love Jordan and not LeBron, is because who the best trainer is, or who the best whatever is subjective. Like, somebody shouldn't declare themselves as the best. If I go, I'm the best trainer, that's just in my world.
Yeah.
Like, you know, somebody else believes that you're the best trainer. Somebody else believes that, let's say, you know, any one of our trainers is the best trainer.
Yeah.
That's the experience that they have. So I can't go, I'm the best, right? So that's what I don't believe in, right? When you call yourself the best, self-proclaim that. So that's my whole, we're getting to the LeBron Jordan beef. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, not cool there.
Nah, stay out of that. Is it me or is it you?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I was gonna say on social media, like, you know, because you keep bringing up, it's funny because it's all parallel with what we're, other than like the multi-level marketing kind of surge that we've kind of seen, what do you dislike or what fires you up on social media to see? Yeah, because
Besides unauthentic people, when I meet them in person, I'm like, you don't
yeah,
look like social
you know, because
media.
that's normal. I mean, like,
Well,
not
because
normal,
they're-
but that happens. Like, you're gonna see
or the people
person
that are
who-
like, or you know what, the people that are like, they post like a massive meal, and I'm like, and I see them like, you don't eat all that. And
I actually feel bad for the person who's that unauthentic.
and it's
on
funny
social
because like
media.
they post this like
Not pity
massive
them, but-
meal, and then I see them in person, I'm like, did you actually eat all that? And they're like, oh well, no. I'm like, well, you probably shouldn't tell people that you ate all that, because then they're gonna go eat all that, and then they wonder why they don't lose weight, because they see what you do and they need to
So
understand.
it's more nutritional.
Yeah, we can't even get into the nutrition aspect. I hate, like, there's like 5 people nutritionally I follow.
Huh, interesting. So
and only
portion
2 that I
sizes-
trust.
So people are posting things that are like
Huge
portioned out.
portion sizes, and I'm like, you ain't eating all that. I'll call them out. I'll be like, you didn't eat all that. And they're like, well, no. I'm like, but you said you did. And you don't look like you did. And so your clients are going to eat that and think it's okay, and then question and probably continue to hire you to try and see results.
You ladies are so influential too, and
Influential, ladies, and that's what drives me nuts because I'm
Yeah.
like, there's so much shit out there,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, how do I direct my message as loud as I can and as forceful as I can to take away from these people that aren't being authentic? Because everyone finds their trainer now on social media.
Yeah.
Or by word of mouth or whatever, right? So all that. So that's something I hate. I just
well,
like.
it's the eye-opening thing from my vantage point about seeing even our trainers that are in here and like how like really influential you are all as women. And this is where you get to see how powerful women can be. Is
Yep.
man, people really watch you, look up to you, and see what you do, and they'll follow that, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, like nobody. I mean, not nobody, but I'm not as influential like that.
Yeah.
Like people aren't gonna be like, oh,
That's
I'm
a
gonna start.
gift.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah,
It's a gift
I don't
for
have,
you.
It's what do you mean a gift?
Like you're lucky because as females
Why?
because it's.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I definitely
No.
like my position.
No, it's good.
for
Like
sure.
it's a gift, as in like you're lucky that it isn't influential.
Yeah,
for you.
like I said, I feel like I'm the director and like you guys are the stars of the show.
Yeah.
Like that's the position of it. The Dr. Dre to the Eminem or the Dr. Dre to Death Row. That's what I feel
Yeah.
like. Yeah,
So
I don't
I
want
would
to be.
say
I
that
don't want to be in
that-
the limelight. I want to just.
I would say that that's one of my things that I dislike on social media is the inauthenticity of everything. I'm like, or they'll be like, oh, I make six figures. And I'm like, no, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, your business may have sold 6 figures,
Yeah.
right? But you didn't make 6 figures. And you always hear these
Yeah,
people on social
yeah,
media
of
that are like,
course, yeah.
I make 6 figures. I'm like, no, you don't. Or they're like on a beach, like, I made 6 figures. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you didn't. You sold $100,000 worth of product, but you didn't make
well,
1,000.
people
You
go on
didn't
Dragon.
take home.
People go on Dragon's Den and don't know their numbers. They
Oh,
don't
they
even-
don't
They don't
know.
know the difference between profit and loss. Like so. It's
Yeah.
hard to expect that the fitness individual is going to understand those types of
Yeah,
things, right?
yeah.
So I mean, it's the expectations of like the fitness industry, man. God bless its soul, but you
Yeah.
know, it definitely needs a lot of work. And
I would say that would be one thing on social media that I just like can't really.
for me, I'll give you a quick one.
Is it the goat? Everyone calling everyone the goat? That's a word.
That is irritating,
know.
but I've let that go.
Someone actually posted the other day,
that's
they're
a
like
sports thing,
the
greatest
goat
of all
of. It was
time.
something like the goat of hair. I'm like, oh, you guys can't use the
It's
goat of
kind of
hair.
funny. It's kind of funny, but like the GOAT thing is so GOAT stands for greatest of all time. So I mean, now it's like everybody's a GOAT, but like it's just kind of a way of like showing love. You know what I mean? Like that's all.
It's
so.
cute, I guess so. Like, you know what it
Yeah.
is? When a female says it, it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of cute. You don't
Yeah.
really understand.
You're the
But
goat.
either your boyfriend or someone you know has used the term, so I get it. But like, I see it and I'm like, oh, that sports person that thinks that Michael Jordan
Yeah.
is the GOAT ain't going to be happy with you because the original GOAT is.
Of what, basketball?
Yeah.
Well, for my GOAT is Jordan.
Yeah.
My GOAT is, but that's why, like, again, like from a generational perspective, like I haven't seen the people
Mm-hmm.
who succeed. Jordan was the successor of like the Kareems,
Mm-hmm.
the Magic Johnson. Like, so everybody has their GOAT, right? Like if you talk to like Sean's dad, he thinks Magic Johnson's the GOAT, right? So.
Or LeBron. The kids these days
Well, the
think
kids
it's
think LeBron because they haven't seen Jordan, so that's the way it goes. There's like a generational GOAT, right? So I think, but like I said, it's always a dangerous thing to go like, you can't prove that this guy's better than this guy. You can't.
Yeah. Goes
You
back to the
can't
trainer,
physically
right?
actually prove it. Like they can't compete against each other, so you can't create that argument. You just have to go by what you believe, and that's
Yeah.
it. Let it rest, right? But yeah, so for me, like on social media, I think the thing that like, well, I don't watch a ton, but I see so much of those. Buy my program, and you can be successful with this. Or
I sold
are
$5,000
you
in 3
this
months.
situation? I'm so bad at even selling this. Like, see, this is my sales. Like, buy my program, and I'll get you 10 grand. Like, it's just I don't have that in me. But you see a lot of that stuff, and man, people just if they're signing up for it, like you're wasting your money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's just that. Like, it's one of those where if you're gonna do that kind of stuff, follow the best.
Yeah.
Find out who the best in their craft are, and that's like I said, that's
It
what
isn't
books
some
are for.
21-year-old with a Porsche
Yeah.
because he's at home
It's
and
not some dude.
He's
yeah.
not some guy in a
It's not
Porsche
some
at
dude
21.
in Canada or whomever
It's
it is
definitely
trying
not
to
some guy
sell
in
you
Canada.
like how to get rich off of this program or I helped a single mom of 4 make X. Like, learn the tactics of business. Follow people who have done it before. And like I said, I know it seems like it, but
There's some great book. Well, do you have a book recommendation for anyone that like wants to do that versus follow that person on social media that's 21 with a Porsche living at their parents' house?
like just a startup.
Yeah, like a
business
startup,
book?
like a book. Do you have a book recommendation for anyone that wants to actually learn from someone that actually has done something in their life besides the Chippewa Simple?
You know
maybe?
what? If you want to start with something, I would say read Tribe of Mentors or Tools of Titans.
Yep.
And it's not so much the tactics, but there's a lot of successful people in there. And some, like, if you can get to know what that's hundreds of entrepreneurs, hundreds of people who people would deem as successful.
Yep.
It's their ups, their downs, and get to know if you resonate and connect with one of them. Get to know what they do, because it's like 10 questions geared to how they are as people, and that's what I would start with.
Would you?
It's an easy read, and then if it piques your interest, you could follow their path, right? And I'll tell you, it is nothing. Nobody started with, "Hey, I signed up for this course, and I made like $1 million."
They might have made a little bit of money for the first little bit, but trust me, it fades off. So you might have made like.
No,
10,
I can tell you this right now. Not one
fades
person
off.
in that book started with, "I bought this program."
Yeah.
Maybe it was like, I read this book, I read
Mm-hmm.
I was on this tape or whatever, but the work that they've put in their life is just unfathomable, and that's the common denominator with all these entrepreneurs.
A book
If
I
you want to call them entrepreneurs or
recommend
authors.
would be Jen Sincero's "You Are a Badass."
I want to read that actually.
It's actually, I listened to it in LA. Blood bless, never going to LA anytime
Well,
soon.
we saw Jen Sincero
We
live.
did see her at the Tony Robbins show, but
Yeah.
Jen Sincero, "You Are a Badass." Listen to her story.
Love Sincero. Her
She's
story's
awesome.
good.
Then she makes that money comes. What is that?
Money comes to me freely and easily.
Yeah,
The mantra.
The mantra.
I took that from her.
Yeah, honestly, I still say it to this day. But Jen Sincero, I'm not joking. "You Are a Badass."
Mm.
She is someone that just like, I recommend listening to her story. And
Yeah.
she did not do any MLM. She did not do anything to do with like buy my program. She didn't do any of that. Kick-ass story.
The cool thing when we saw her live was she rebelled against money.
Yep.
She was anti-money, didn't want to like,
And
know,
that's what
wasn't
made her so
about earning.
successful.
Yeah, but she just reframed her mindset as to what money was going to provide her. Like, it wasn't like, because she associated money with like, snooty people who just
Yep.
wanted to be consumers.
Yep.
And then she's like, well, I'm going to a restaurant every single time, and I'm constantly looking at the prices. So she's like, money was running my life in a way that I just wasn't really understanding.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went, I checked the price tag, and I'm like, checking my bank account, like running credit. And she's like, I don't want to live like this.
Actually, I have a funny, actually.
Right? It was just, she just reframed what money does. Like, money's not about to show it off. It's just about it's a resource to hopefully make your life a little bit easier, a little less stressful if you can.
It's
Right?
actually funny because
How many couples fight about money?
well, I'm gonna get into my story.
Like-
So my ex, hopefully doesn't watch this. I bet you he doesn't. But I'm not even joking you. 2 to 3 fucking times a day would check the bank account, and it'd be like,
are we gonna bleep that out? Boop, on the
no.
Okay.
I'm not even, it was like a woman on a scale. It was actually
Check your
excessive.
bank account?
This is like 2 to 3 times a day. He's like, if you don't check your bank account every single morning to make sure that there's an amount of money in there, I'm like, yeah, but we went to bed and the money was in there, and then we woke up, like, we've done nothing. And it wasn't like checking for like fraud. It was checking to make sure that he still had the X amount of money in the bank account.
Really?
And so it reminds me of the Jen Sincero thing. And I never lived like that. I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, Liz, you have to check the bank every single morning to make sure you know what you have in your bank and what you're gonna spend for the day. I'm like, I ain't living like that.
Budgeting.
And it wasn't budgeting.
No,
it was like an obsessive
OCD
kind of
budgeting,
OCD,
yeah.
like a woman step. And again, I've known women before that step on the scale, morning, lunch, dinner, before bed, after they work out. And I'm like, you're checking the scale 5 times a day? And that's what it reminded me of, right?
Interesting.
But Jen Sincero said it. She's like, money ruled her life, and she never had it. And I don't
Yeah.
know where Max is now, but I'm telling you, he probably still
She
sexually.
decided to get on the grind though, and
And what was her mantra? It was good. It was a good
money
mantra.
comes to me freely and easily.
Yeah, and I mean, he used to say that all the time in text message to me. Like, money comes to me, money.
It's not about the money. It's just money is a resource for what we need to do to make a better experience
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
That's the key. Like, my goal is eventually to like sit back and open up something that solves another problem. And like, me with kids, like, I'm passionate about helping kids. And if I can create something in the future that provides something for development for our community where they go there because like the leadership is unbelievable, that's what I want to have.
There are some parents out there
And
that are still waiting. Jolanda's one of them.
Keep waiting.
She's like, Liz, when is that facility coming about?
I can't, like I said, for me, like, it's not there to solve a problem, right? The parents got to work together, the leadership has to work together, because I've been in a lot of situations where, like, say from a coaching perspective, you go in and they're like, wow, like the kids like really like took to you. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, but I'm only here like once a month.
Yeah.
So like, it's got to carry over, because like I'm not coaching this team. I'm I'm a supplement, but I'm not the driver, right? So I'm not saying I'm a great coach or nothing, but like I said, when it comes to sports, I've played a lot of sports. I've seen a lot of that's all I've done. That work
Yeah.
basically in school. So
Yeah.
like, you see what works, right? So I mean, especially from a young kid, what motivates them and what helps them do more is, right, you got to be able to walk the walk, show the kids how it's done.
So Tribe of Mentors and Jen Sincero, 2 books we recommend.
Yeah, give it a go for sure.
You Are a Badass. Great book.
definitely don't look for the short-term fix.
It will
That's
not
all I'm
work.
gonna say. Like
Your
it
6
might
months
work
to
once,
fame will
but-
not work. It
yeah.
might, yeah, like
It might work one time, but again, like it's not recommended by anybody that I know in, say, business or entrepreneurship. Nobody recommends anything short term.
And don't be that person that
quick.
goes from like business to business. Like, oh, this didn't work, so the training didn't work, so now I'm gonna go here. This didn't work, so I'm gonna go here.
You
Stick to
can
one
be
thing.
that person, and I'll root you on. But
It won't work.
you know.
Stick to it long term.
yeah, fun.
I have no questions. I just have quick fires. Do you have any more?
I do actually.
Oh, okay.
What do you define? What's your definition of clean, and what's your definition of tidy? And use your own personal life as
I'm rolling my eyes.
paint a picture, if you will.
I'm rolling my eyes right now.
Clean and tidy because
We just had this conversation, Sarah and Sid and I, this morning,
Absolutely.
actually. I think clean is a deep clean. So if there's, like clothing on the bed, that doesn't bother me. But is there dust
that's
under my
messy.
bed?
I would say.
That was
yeah.
That was messy.
No, that clothing on the bed's like messy or
Yeah.
untidy. I would
Okay.
say. Yeah. So, what's your definition of cleaning? Like, what does that look like?
Like, what do I do for cleaning?
Yeah, like what's like-
Everything's wiped down. Everything is proper. There's no dust on the floor. There's no dirt anywhere. There's no spots anywhere. When it comes to like the house, like
Are
the
you more clean or are
countertops,
you more tidy?
I'm more clean. I'm more a deep clean person than a tidy
Right.
person. I'm not gonna lie. There may be notepads, everything, but in a notepad, it's like you can
Yeah.
eat under there.
Yeah. Well, you kind of have to because like you cook like a ton. So like yes,
ton.
you have to be like super clean.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more like I have like times where like I like to be tidy 100% of the time.
Yep.
And then like clean when I have to clean.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't clean all I feel like you can't clean all the time, but like don't look messy while like at least like I do this. I try to
Okay.
like fake it till I make it kind of thing with cleaning and being tidy.
Okay.
It's like I have to at least like present my way of like because sometimes I mean, it drives me nuts when my room is just in disarray, which it does get in disarray.
Yeah.
And I just like I can't do it. Like I just have to like everything's got to get relined
And I hate
up.
floors. I hate messy floors. Like when I see a spot on the floor at the gym or at home, I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
truffle hair, like needs to be cleaned up like 24/7.
All right.
Yeah.
Next question. Here's my only rapid fire. Who's cleaner and tidier, you or me?
I'm cuter.
So you're actually saying me?
You know what?
I thought you were gonna say you for sure.
Oh, I'm cuter.
All right, fine. So you're giving it to me then.
Yes.
All right, I gotta take note of this. I remember this.
Okay, so like it's
Thank
funny.
you. At
it's
least.
funny because
Because
like
I agree. I was gonna say
it's
like
funny
I'm
because
the clean.
I am so clean. Like I am the person that's like, I was always clean. It was always clean. And then like Scott and I got together, and I'm like, motherfucker is cleaner than me. Okay, like this guy is like obsessive, like obsessive.
Dude, my family is so clean though. Like it's my mom, like everybody in my family's clean.
Anyways, I'm
Jennifer's OCD. Like
I'm
she's
gonna
worse
give it
than
to her.
me.
I'm gonna give it. I am gonna say that I am a little bit of Monica Geller. I have that junk
And
drawer.
Jen Sandling thinks I'm dirty.
I have a little bit of Monica Geller in me. Like, you know that episode where, they knock on the door and
Mm-hmm.
Chandler's like, Richard, are you in there? And it's like just her junk drawer. Yeah, like there's some junk drawers.
I
at
should
home.
have had my own sanitizer brand like 12 years ago.
You should definitely.
Seriously, like I was
Be Mr. Clean.
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Salling.
right, but I mean that.
Anyway, Scott
it
is
what it
more
is.
OCD about cleaning.
We're not
than
gonna
I am.
plug how clean we are.
Me,
but
I will literally go like, I'm like, okay,
That's
the
why our
floor is
gym's so
dirty.
clean.
Yeah, I know. The gym is clean.
Right?
Scott. But I will say, like,
Our standards of cleanliness have always been high, and we're not trying to do that plug. But like, I'll put our standards of cleanliness just personally up against any.
I am OCD with sanitizer. Like, if people see me, like the one, my client yesterday was like, "You're really sanitizing."
I'm
I'm
floors
like,
guy.
"Oh, Scott is the floors guy. Like, it drives me nuts."
a
Like, he sees
floors
the
guy.
dirt and he's like, "We can't go before this is clean." I'm
No,
like, "Oh."
it just has to be like, hey, truth. Saturday mornings. How nice is it starting to a fresh, clean space?
We get it. You're clean. We get it.
Monday morning, fresh and clean. Saturday morning, fresh and clean. Like
We
coming
clean
in
the
just to,
gyms
like,
every night though now.
not every, yeah.
No, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We at least do like a version of clean. There's degrees. There's
Yeah.
like there's
There's
like,
like
a 10
a
out of
deep
10.
clean
There's
and
like
there's like a- yeah.
there's like a deep clean and
Anyways,
It just has
Scott
to
is
get
cleaner
done.
than Liz. I'll give it to him, okay?
right.
But I'm
It's a-
cuter.
It's a studio, dang it. you know?
Cuter, right?
We're a warehouse studio and we gotta act like it.
Cuter. Okay, my rapid fires. Are you a grudge holder or do you forgive?
Not at all. I'm not a grudge holder.
You forgive?
Um,
I'm questioning that.
Forgive. I mean, like, I think I almost more or less forget than I do forgive.
Okay,
It's more
you
like,
forget than
like,
forgive.
oh right, that did happen, like, kind of thing. And they're like, oh yeah, well, that's what happens. It's like I might be a grudge holder because like I'm almost like more forgetful, where it's like, oh yeah, that was annoying. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
I think you're a grudge holder.
I'm more of a barrier. I'll stick it in the hole and just
Showers or baths?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, shower bath. I love it.
What's a shower bath?
You lay down, just let the shower hit you.
Oh.
It's
Do you put
awesome.
the plug in?
Nope.
Oh, so the shower just like showers you?
Yeah, it's nice.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, I know I'm weird. I love
Do
it.
you like,
no, I know
do you
there's
like-
some
do you
shower
like-
bathers.
Wait, do you wash like this?
Yeah, shower bath. You just sit down, let the shower run.
Do you close
it's
your
like-
eyes? Like, do you like what?
You can do anything you want. Like the reason why I like it is because you're not engulfed. Like baths, I find sometimes like for one, it takes a while to run. For two, you're like engulfed in heat, and it's like if hot tubs I like because you can get in,
So
you
do
can
you
get out.
do you wash your hair when you're sitting down?
Everything.
Everything's sitting down.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't stand up. I'll change the
So
scene.
you
stretch
don't. So you don't stand up when you shower.
Not really. I mean, I do if I have to like, but no, I'll shave and
When you're sitting down?
yep,
That is so weird.
stretch tub, shower on it. I guarantee there's some shower bathers out there.
I've never. Okay.
It's a nightmare.
Okay. If you could have burgers or wraps, what would you have for life?
Burgers for sure.
Okay. Are you a cuddler or no cuddles?
No cuddles. I mean, like it's all good. I mean, it is what it is, but
And who?
I can't say like I'm the most comfortable when I'm like cuddling.
I know, but so many guys are like they cuddle their girlfriends, right? And
Case
they're
of
just
voice, my neck is all kinked because of the dogs or whatever.
Okay, who is your doppelganger?
Doppelganger look. Ugh.
Who's your lookalike in the world?
Well, years
out
ago
there?
in the White Rock community, people thought I looked like Stamos.
Oh
They
my
called me
God.
Stamos at Innovative White Rock.
Yep. Okay.
I got in this James Marsden dude who apparently is on The Notebook,
Oh yeah, James Marsden. Yeah.
and Marsden is on.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got that, and man, I think like, or Kelly Ripa's husband.
Oh, he's he's like Spanish. I don't know who his name is though.
Yeah, I forget what his name is, but some people are like, oh,
Awesome.
I like, or oh, remember Sheldon Cooper in L.A.
Sheldon Cooper. Scott was Sheldon Cooper with this fucking buzz guy.
As I won $400 on that game, the Clippers and Houston,
Sure.
and then remember they're going to see Il Volo. And I was just like,
Try to
what?
get tickets to that.
No, we didn't. I wasn't gonna go to like Il Volo for like what? It was like $300
Like
a ticket,
$300 a ticket.
which is fine. But like, I would have liked to go and see Il Volo, but it just wasn't. I would have rather gone see Il Volo than LeBron and Giannis. I know that sounds crazy, but I dislike both. I don't dislike Giannis, but I dislike
Well, there
LeBron.
you go.
Yeah. Clarification too. I love Kobe, not LA Lakers.
Okay, we're gonna.
Because people ask like, oh, you. People think I'm a Lakers fan because I got Lakers stuff. I'm just a Kobe fan.
Okay.
Right?
I have
Kobe,
no
Shaq
question-
era.
I have
cool.
no more questions.
Fine. All right, I'm fired up about it.
About Kobe.
I like to note that you said that I'm cleaner and tidier, so that's a very
Scott's gonna take the grade. He's gonna walk in Monday morning and be like, I'm cleaner.
win. Classic. All right, episode 7. Cheers. Have yourself a great, safe
Cheers,
weekend.
guys.